I was pretty excited that I was able to order two Galaxy S22 Ultra 1TB variant after the unveiling from Samsung Unpacked. But luckily, I was able to cause something before Samsung actually shipped the phone out, so I decided to cancel both of my orders. Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in Protecstation. It's great to see you all. So initially I ordered two Galaxy S22 Ultra 1TB variant. It was the unlocked version from Samsung.com, and I was pretty stoked. I was pretty excited for it because there was one feature that caught my eye, so I hurry up and no way I have to order two of this because of that, because I thought Samsung was not skimping on features and stuff like that. So so I went ahead and pre-order it. So in order to get the 1TB variant, you have to get the unlocked version of it, and it was like $1,600 each. So I ordered two, so that's like $3,200, right? Now, I mean, for my personal and business use, I mean for a phone, $1,600 is pretty ridiculous, for the price. I mean, phone don't used to cost that much, and now all these flagship phones, they want like $1,600 for it, which is pretty much like an arm and a leg, right? But so I figured it's a really spec'd out phone, so maybe I should bite the bullet and just pay $1,600 each for this phone, for my personal use and for my business use. So in this video, I am going to share to you all why I decided to cancel two of my Galaxy S22 Ultra 1TB variant, and I decided to maybe just hold one more year just to see what's up with Samsung and see if they will have fixed this problem. So initially, after watching the Samsung unveil unpack, and I went to the Samsung website and checked out the phone specs, and something caught my eye. When I was scrolling down, looking through the specs, I saw the 1TB version has actually a 16 gigs of RAM. So I was like, damn, because all the rumors, everybody is saying Samsung is only doing 12 gigs of RAM for the 1TB variant. But when I saw it, I don't know if any of you saw this, but I did. That's why I was like, man, I hurry up and just order two of them, right? But so any of you did saw this from the day one after the unpack from Samsung.com, that you saw the Galaxy S22 Ultra 1TB variant listed as 16 gigabytes of RAM. If you did saw that, please feel free to drop me a comment below and share to you all. I mean, I saw it, I did not screenshot it, so I don't really have a proof, or maybe I'm crazy or well. But anyways, the main reason why I canceled both of the order is because I actually checked with Samsung customer service and asked them, hey, day one when I order it, you guys listed as 16 gigabytes. And now when I went back to the website, it only shows a asterisk, after the 1TB variant in terms of the RAM capacity. So I asked customer service, and customer service told me, well, to be honest, it's 12 gigabytes, it's not 16 gigabytes, but hey, 12 gigabytes is more than enough, for what most people should do. And I hurry up, and explain to customer service, like you said, for most people, using the phone, but for myself, even if it's 16 gigabytes, all the intensive stuff that I throw into the phone for my, personal use, it's really not, cutting it, But, if you are selling this $1,600 phone on 2022 and asking for only 12 gigs of RAM, I mean, this doesn't cut it for me. I mean, last year's model, the Galaxy S21 Ultra, has 16 gigs of RAM, plus you get that, whatever virtual RAM, 4 gigs additional, from using your internal storage to convert that into RAM. This year's model also has that, but, it physically only has 12 gigs of RAM. For my personal use, it doesn't cut it. That's why I was a little disappointed from Samsung. So I decided, you know what, I'm not going to order this expensive phone for this year. I mean, if I'm willing to ditch out $1,600 per phone, you got to give me all the, specs that I need, right? You're not cutting, last year there's 16 gigs, and then this year, because of optimization, we're giving you 12 gigs, and 12 gigs should be enough for you. Yes, it should be enough if I only use it to check Facebook, YouTube, streaming, just simple, stuff like that. I mean, even pretty much, hardcore multitasking, it's enough, but I'm not talking about multitasking. I'm talking about specific stuff that I need the phone to help me do, like doing rendering and all these hardcore stuff that I need the phone to help me to do. 12 gigs of RAM is really pushing to the limit. So if I need to bust out 1600 for this phone, you better give me 16 gigs of RAM. So I decided to, you know what, I'm just going to keep my Galaxy S21, and I am going to just use my Galaxy Note 8. So I'm going to just use two phones and just, kind of work my way through this year. And hopefully the Galaxy S23 Ultra will, get its act together. Come on, give me the specs that I need. There's actually more wishful features I wish Samsung include on this year's model, which they didn't. And I hope the sales for the Galaxy S22 Ultra or the entire Galaxy S22 lineup is bad. So bad that, they will actually get their act together and give us what our user needs, okay? I mean, for general users, you don't really care about specs, you don't care about all the other stuff, it's fine for you guys. But I'm talking about power users, people that really use their phone for many things, those are the people that Samsung is kind of pissing them off, It's like to the point like every year Samsung is kind of trimming this and trimming that, trimming all these features, that they're not giving to consumers. I mean, so that's why, there's a lot of wishful features, and also the buying experience is also not good for this Galaxy S22 pre-order launch. I mean, after the unveiling, from Samsung, I went straight to Samsung.com and tried to pre-order it. But the thing is, this website is down, I mean, maybe there's a lot of demands, for this particular phone, or, S22 in general. Or maybe Samsung doesn't have enough, bandwidth capacity for their website to, handle the traffic, so. But anyways, I totally understand, and I'm just saying, it took me around 13 hours for me finally to get a hold of ordering that phone, okay? And if you sign up for the pre-order initially, Samsung will also give you a $50 credit, towards, your Samsung whatever purchases, right? And I did everything, and the $50 credit, you're supposed to get it after you checked out, or after you ordered the pre-order the phone, right? So I did pre-order the phone, and there's one problem. I accidentally have a little typo of my email, so I kind of messed up on my email part, and I hit the submit button and submitted the order, and then they told me like, oh, by the way, you will get an additional $50 Samsung credit to your email. And I was like, oh dude, I accidentally typed my email wrong. It's my bad, I made a typo, but there's no way for me to reclaim, that $50 credit, so the $50 credit was sent to some bogus email that I accidentally typed. So, I mean, I kind of messed up on that part. I mean, I wish Samsung would just give the $50 credit to your Samsung account instead of just, sending, a coupon from the email or something, so like idiots like me that accidentally typed the wrong email from my touchscreen won't have this $50 mistake, right? So that's kind of not a good experience, and plus the wait time of the, website was down. Bad experience, okay? Now, let's talk about the wishful features I wish the next Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra will have, because this phone, this Galaxy S22 Ultra doesn't have, okay? So for my wishful feature, I hope the Galaxy S23 Ultra will have for next year. I hope it has 16 gigs or above RAM, but I don't know. People have to kind of push for that. If you don't push for that, 12 gigs of RAM is fine, or 8 gigs of RAM is fine, or whatever. Even if Samsung give you 4 gigs of RAM, you still say, oh, it's fine. What do you need more than 4 gigs of RAM for? Then Samsung is not going to give it to you. Okay, so I wish it will be at least 16 gigs of RAM. Another features that I want the next Galaxy to have is, and plus this year I'm not too excited about the phone itself, is because of the design. I mean, the design looks, to me, they kind of changed the design of the camera, but if you look at the whole phone itself, the whole entire phone itself, I mean, it looks pretty much like last year's Galaxy Note 20, right? The camera in the back, they kind of just change it from, the domino shape into a P shape, circle drop, P-shaped tear drop design, okay? But basically, it's still using the same, the housing. It looks pretty much the same. And I don't know why, there's a lot of people that likes the Galaxy Note square boxy design. I mean, from a design, look perspective, maybe a square boxy shape is cool, right? But the thing is, if you are really a powerful user, if you use your phone for many hours per day, that square corner shape is really not the best design to use, in terms of ergonomics, okay? It's pointy edges, so if you have to hold your phone like one hand, and then you use it, okay? This corner is like torturing, okay? So, I mean, this design got to go, okay? I mean, it may look nice. I mean, some people like the taste, I mean, for me, I think it's okay. I mean, I prefer it's more rounded, but I just want to have a better ergonomics, okay? So when you hold the phone itself, it doesn't torture you, because this part, if you hold it, more than, let's say 15, 20 minutes, it start, puncturing your palm, and it's, I mean, the phone, you can pretty much use it one hand. It's pretty good, but in order to use it one hand, sometimes you hold your phone like this, right? And you have to, hit the home button or whatever axis, and then this corner is just puncturing into your flesh. It's so, can they make it like round, since they ditched the Galaxy Note name already, right? Why keep the design language from the Galaxy Note, right? Just make it a little bit more rounder, shave this part or something like that, okay? So when people hold it one hand like that, it doesn't injure their hand, okay? So, well, just my personal opinion. Other people, have different opinions, but I mean, as a user that used the phone for many hours, just a recommendation, okay? You can make it square if you want to, but see how you can, kind of make this, less pointy, because it's pretty pointy. So I really am not too hot about the design, Like, for example, the Galaxy Note 2, back in the days, it has circle round edges, okay? So, I mean, it doesn't have to be a square box shape, even though it's a Note, better for you to write on the surface and stuff, I mean, just think about it. I mean, this is not using the user experience perspective of designing the phone. Is this something that, I wish Samsung will listen, and looks and ergonomics has to blend in. Otherwise, it's not going to be a good user experience. And plus, the other Galaxy S22 lineup, okay, they do have round edges, like, not the bigger brother, that has a sharp corner edges. The S22 lineup does have, round edges. But the thing is, the design, I mean, do you notice, the design looks pretty much like a Galaxy S21, right? I mean, if you kind of glance at it, I mean, if you're not like really tech savvy, you just glance at it, people might just think that you have a Galaxy S21, not like a Galaxy S22. I mean, the design is essentially the same, okay? So, so if you have a pretty much same design, for me, I think it's just like a iPhone S model, okay? So like an iPhone, like an iPhone 4, and then you have an iPhone 4S or iPhone, you know, 7 and iPhone 7S. An S model looks essentially just like the previous generation model, you know. So for me, it's not like a really drastic design change, you know. So if I have to ditch out so much money to buy a smartphone, definitely I don't prefer to buy a S model, you know. So so that's why this is also another consideration for me to cancel the order as well. I mean, since they're not throwing 16 gigs of RAM, design wise, it's really similar to the Note 20 or, you know, Galaxy S21. You know, might as well just, you know, wait for next year. You know, hopefully, or most likely, they should redesign the whole phone, you know, drastically, entirely. So at least I get my money worth, right? You know. And another thing that turns me off and made my consideration to cancel the phone is because it doesn't have micro SD. I mean, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra does have a micro SD card slot, and this new phone, well, they chopped the micro SD since the Galaxy S21 series, but you know, this model, you know, they finally throw in a 1 terabyte option, right? Which is good. I'm kind of happy with that, but they chopped the micro SD option, so that's kind of make me kind of disappointed. I mean, 1 terabyte option on the phone is great, right? You know, a lot of people say, hey, why you need so much storage? You know, I mean, for me, 128 or 256 gig is fine, you know. Well, that's for them, you know. I use my phone for everything, okay? Business, I do a lot of, I use my phone as a camcorder too, you know, film my kids, do everything. And you know, these phones are advertising with 8K videos and, you know, like high frame rates of 4K videos, and that chew up a lot of space, okay? 128, 256, or 512 doesn't really cut it for me, so that's why I pre-ordered the 1 terabyte version. But think about this. If you have a 1 terabyte phone, right? If you need to transfer that 1 terabyte back to your computer, can anyone answer me how long does that take for you to tether your USB cable to your computer? How long does that take? Okay, so nobody really actually question about that, but let me tell you, 1 terabyte on a phone USB tether to a laptop, it probably takes you about 6 hours to, you know, transfer all that stupid, you know, video or data and stuff like that. And during that 6 hours of time, you're not able to use your phone, okay? So your phone is stuck on your computer doing the transfer, and, you know, so you have to wait and wait. I mean, this is like a stupid feature, right? I mean, and some people say, oh, you can use cloud and stuff. I mean, cloud doesn't cut it, okay? If you're in the desert or somewhere on a plane or something, where do you get cloud? Okay, so a lot of people like to store other stuff on their phone, video, just whatever, okay, on their phone. This cloud doesn't cut it, okay? I mean, I even actually use my phone as a external hard drive, okay? So I actually store a portion of a OS, like a Windows OS backup image on my phone. So if something wrong with my PC or something, I can have a backup copy straight from my phone. So I mean, the phone, if you're a power user, you can do a lot with it, okay? So I'm talking about power user, I'm not talking about general user. So 1 terabyte is cool, but I wish they include the micro SD, because micro SD is actually really convenient. You can get a 1 terabyte version of it, and it's up to 2 terabytes, right? So for instance, if I need to transfer a lot of videos to my laptop, all I have to do is just pop off the micro SD and pop it in my computer, and then let it do all the transfer. If it takes 6 hours, 6 hours. If it takes 10 hours, whatever, right? At least my phone is still good, and I am good to go. I can pop in another micro SD, and I'm good to go. But now I'm stuck, right? You know, 1 terabyte, I have to tether to my computer, and it's just sounds nice, but when you use it, it's not that sexy. So I wish Samsung, please, come on, please Samsung, listen to me. I hope you will reconsider and add the micro SD card back to the phones, you know, so let us make the decision of how we want to use the phone, because micro SD is more convenient for a consumer, like a really power user consumer, okay? So give us the option. I mean, no, you don't have to put it on all phones, but at least give us the option. I don't mind to pay extra. If you want to charge extra, you know, just give me an option so I can buy that damn phone with that, you know, features that I want, okay? So make it a Pro, okay? Galaxy S23 Ultra Pro or something, you know, just, you know, and charge me $50 or $100 extra, okay? I just want to have that feature. I don't want to be handicapped without that feature. And another crazy thing that I hate about is they took off the headphone jack since the Galaxy S20 series, okay? So it really, I mean, like I said, I mean, a lot of people is like, come on, man, just use Bluetooth. You know, Bluetooth is the future. I mean, Bluetooth is the future. Right now, I am currently forced to use Bluetooth because my phone is inconveniently doesn't have a headphone jack, okay? But the problem is, you know, I do use the phone to record stuff as well. And with the headphone jack, you can actually plug in a microphone in there, okay? So a lot of people say, well, you can actually plug it through the USB-C. There's an adapter for it. Yes, there's an adapter for it. But the thing is, you have to carry another adapter, right? I mean, I'm a really clumsy person, right? I always lose these adapters and stuff like that. That's why I was looking for the, you know, Galaxy S22 Ultra, 1 terabyte, because I mean, well, not 1 terabyte, the Ultra, right? Because they have the S Pen. The S Pen is always in the phone itself. So whenever I go anywhere, it's there. I don't have to worry about that. If I have to, you know, carry the S Pen separately, for sure I will lose that S Pen ASAP, right? So another thing about the headphone jack, you know, with the adapter, you're relying everything connected to the USB-C connection, okay? USB-C connection is great, but the design is not really that durable, okay? So throughout time, this port right here gets loose, okay? So if you plug in a USB-C cable or a adapter, throughout time, it gets so loose that, you know, it starts to get wiggly, okay? So if you plug in your adapter and then your microphone jack or whatever, and when you record stuff, and then the connection is wiggly, and then your sound is starting to breaking out, you know, that's not a good thing, right? I mean, look at this Galaxy Note 8. It comes with a headphone jack right here. The headphone jack, I've been using it like a million times, and it's still really nice and tight and snug. It's really durable compared to the stupid USB-C, okay? So I wish Samsung can, you know, bring back the headphone jack. You know, some audiophile people might want to listen to high quality music, or some people like me will actually use a external microphone to do, you know, interviews or recordings, stuff like that through the external microphone, okay? So please, if you want to charge an arm and a leg, don't nickel and dime us. Give us what you want. Headphone jack, micro SD, and possibly removable battery. I mean, I know, you know, for their greediness, they will not include a removable battery anymore. So when your phone dies, pretty much they force you to, you know, get a new one, right? You know, you can't even replace these batteries yourself, especially like the Galaxy S22 Ultra. Did you see the unpack unveiling? You know, they actually have to glue some heat sink, you know, on the battery and stuff like that, you know. So I mean, that tells me it's not going to be an easy battery replacement for, you know, your general consumer. So definitely, I don't think they will bring that back. But, you know, I'm just saying, right? You know, and talking about that heat sink that they emphasize a lot during the Unpack event from Samsung. So the Galaxy S22 lineup uses the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip, okay? So a lot of people tested the 8 Gen 1 chip initially, and they noticed that chip uses a lot of heat, okay? It produces a lot of heat, and it has like heating issue, okay? So that's why during the Samsung S22 event, it actually emphasizes a lot of how they can reduce the heat. You know, they have this, you know, very fancy heat sink system that, you know, can cool off the phone and this and that, you know. So, I mean, if I'm paying that much money for the phone and the chip, you know, like the chip from, you know, Snapdragon is kind of rushed, you know, for this 8 Gen 1 product, you know, that's why they have a lot of heating issues, you know. I'm sure Samsung will throttle this phone, you know, to make it, you know, doesn't run at its peak performance so it doesn't overheat that much. But, you know, like I said, you know, if I'm paying that much money for a phone, you know, why, you know, throttle it, right? You know, so maybe the 8 Gen 2 will, you know, fix this problem. So, hey, you know, that's why I'm waiting for the next one, you know, and plus I don't have a rush or need, you know, to get this phone, you know. I mean, my current phone is okay, you know, but if I have to pay $1,600 for a phone, you know, I expect, you know, a little bit more pickier, okay? So 16 gigs of RAM, micro SD, headphone jack, and a chip with, you know, less heat. So meanwhile, I'm going to just stick with my Galaxy S21 for now. I'm just going to hold this for one more year. And in the meanwhile, I will be making more videos of sharing to you all how to prolong the life of the Galaxy S21. So I'm going to share you some tips and tricks. So please, you know, stay tuned, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button. That way when I have the new videos, you'll be notified. And also if you like the video, can you do me one favor? Can you help me smash the like button? It really does support the channel big time and it doesn't cost you anything. And by the way, you may also feel free to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Links will be on the bottom of the description. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. But luckily, I was able to cause something before Samsung shipped me the phone, so I decided to cancel both of my Galaxy S22 Ultra. But luckily, I was able to cause something before Samsung shipped the phone, so... But luckily, I was able to cause something before I...